Hi, this is Patrick Thames. I am a music educator, and I sought to make a video that basically will tell you kind of who I am and what I've been up to. So let's just call this Storytime 1. So Storytime 1 is going to be all about yours truly. Just want to tell people kind of who I am and, why I've been involved in this journey of jazz improvisation. Um, when I was younger, I had no idea that I would be a professional musician or that I would be a music teacher, a music educator. I had no idea, no thought of that. In fact, no one in my family that I know of even thought of being a professional musician. My sister, she was in band in the seventh grade uh, years ago, long, long time ago, around about 1986. That's when I started. Uh, you know, when you started band class, you started in the seventh grade. Now that was here in Central Arkansas, where I'm from. You started band in the seventh grade. Nowadays, we know they have the middle school, and the kids are now starting 1 year earlier. But I didn't. I was kind of late to playing music, and so I didn't touch my first instrument until I was in the seventh grade. And when I played in the seventh grade band or signed up for the seventh grade band, I want to say thank you to Mr. Bridgette. Mr. Bridgette, his name is Jim Bridgette. Those who are familiar with Central Arkansas and you're familiar with music here in Central Arkansas, you probably are familiar with that name. He was a very important person and in our Central Arkansas. In fact, he was on the school board here in Central Arkansas for years, and unfortunately, he's no longer with us. But I wanted to play drums. I just never forget. I wanted to play drums, and my parents could not afford, to purchase an instrument or even rent to own. So my mom said, I heard they have instruments at the school. They had instruments like baritone, tuba, trombone, and they said, you can play the baritone. And I didn't even know what that was. But when I finally saw it, I mean, I just remember being just devastated. I was just so upset because I didn't want to play that. I'd never heard of it. I just looked at it. I didn't really know. And Mr. Bridgette, he basically prophesied, and this is what he said. He said, "I know you're upset." I wasn't crying in front of him. This is when I got home, but he could see the look on my face that I didn't like what I wanted to play. He said what I was going to play. He said, "I know you're upset, but if you play this instrument," he said, "you will get a scholarship." And this was later on. I thought about what he said, and you know what? I got a full tuition scholarship on the euphonium. Now, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I'm kind of telling you where I'm at now. So I'm just kind of trying to start at the musical beginning. So I signed up for band, and I did like everybody else, like they did. I believe we used Standard of Excellence. That was the book that we used. I'm not sure. I think that was no, it wasn't Standard of Excellence. It was one of those Hal Leonard, either Bellwin books. I'm pretty sure it was the old book. It wasn't even Standard of Excellence. It was the old Bellwin, book. Hot cross buns, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and that kind of thing. And I played through the book, and I basically I would write my notes in, write the notes right above the note, and did things like that until I could actually find out what the note, how to finger the note, and that's how I think a lot of kids go through that, wondering if you're gonna learn how to read music. And so I did that for a little bit, and I'm going to give a shout out. I don't know if she's even around. I don't remember her last name. I remember her name was, I don't remember her first name. Her last name was Miss Dobroff. And if you're out there, Miss Dobroff, hi. I was in your class in the 7th grade. And Miss Dobroff was a bassoon player. I do remember she played bassoon in the Arkansas Symphony Orchestra. And I never forget the class that she had in which she played the bassoon